So today we're going to do a dish called Aqua Pazza. It's a Italian preparation, normally using a whole fish, but can be adapted to use fillets as well, so it's a little bit easier for the home cook, or maybe even the person that's just cooking for one. It's a delicious dish, nice and light, very flavorful, very healthy. So I'm going to start by adding some olive oil to my pan. I've got it over medium heat, and I just want enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan. Once the oil starts to become a little bit shimmery, I'm going to add my potatoes, my carrots, and my onions. I'm going to sweat these vegetables, which basically means I'm going to cook them over medium heat without achieving any color. Alright, so at this point, I've stirred my vegetables to make sure they're evenly coated with the olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and season with salt and pepper. We want to go kind of light at the beginning. We're going to have plenty of time to adjust the seasoning if we need. I want to stir that around to incorporate. Now that I see my vegetables are softening, I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers. Go ahead and add my garlic. I'm going to cook this garlic just until I can smell it. As soon as you can smell it, you're ready to move on. You want to make sure you don't overcook it or allow it to burn or it'll get really bitter. Next in is the zucchini. It's time to add my wine. We're going to reduce this by 50%. So next I'm going to add my sprig of thyme and my vegetable stock. You can also use fish stock. I'm going to bring this to a simmer. As soon as it simmers, we'll be ready to add our fish. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and season my fish. We're going to add the fish, slowly placing it in the liquid. You want to let it go right above the level of the liquid and nestle it down into the vegetables. Go ahead and hold on to it for a second. Don't press down on it. Just put your hand there so it doesn't curl up on you. Turn down the heat and let this cook until the fish is done. Alright, so since we're doing this on the stovetop, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over because it's not fully submerged. If you were doing this in the oven, it's obviously going to cook on the top as well. Okay, so I think my fish is done. I'm going to go ahead and check it. There's a few different ways you can do that. My favorite is using a metal skewer. So I'm going to insert the skewer into the fish. I'm going to count to 5. Then you're going to hold it against the inside of your wrist. If it's nice and hot, the fish is overcooked. If it's warm, the fish is properly done. And if it's cold, the fish needs more time. You can also press on the fish. It should rebound pretty instantly when you press on it. The best way is definitely going to be to use your thermometer, and you're looking for a temperature of 140. Alright, so he's done. I'm going to move my pan closer to my plate so I can plate this dish up. I'm going to switch to my fish spatula to get the fish out. You want to try to support as much of the fillet as possible to make sure it doesn't break when you're moving it. And this dish is always going to be served with a lot of the liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my liquid over the top of the fish. And there you have it. Hopefully this gives you an idea of a very quick, simple, flavorful, and fresh thing that you can do with our friend the fish.